We just want to flatten the curve. We just want to slow the deaths. We just want to slow the spread now. Townhall.com, CDC director. CDC director says there are more suicides and overdoses now than COVID deaths. CDC Director Robert Redfield testified in a Buck Institute webinar that suicides and drug overdoses have surpassed the death rate for COVID-19. Redfield argued that lockdowns and lack of public schooling constituted a disproportionately negative impact on young people's mental health. Quote, "We're seeing, sadly, far greater suicides now than we are deaths from COVID. We are seeing far greater deaths from drug overdose that are above excess that we have had as background than we are seeing with the deaths from COVID," he said. Quote, word for word. Roughly 146,000 people have died from COVID or COVID-related causes in the U.S. according to CDC data. Again, tons of fraudulently added deaths on that, as I just did in my last video. If you didn't see it, my very last one before this. And this is the way it is across the country. The most recent publicized federal data records 48,000 deaths from suicide and at least 1.4 million attempts in 2018. In 2019, almost 71,000 died from drug overdoses. Where Redfield obtained his data is unknown, although a doctor at John Murray Medical Center in Walnut Creek, California, claimed the facility has seen a year's worth of suicide attempts in just the last 4 weeks. He did not say how many deaths occurred or whether the statement was exaggerated for emphasis. Quote, "What I have seen recently, I have never seen before," Hansen said. "I have never seen so much intentional injury," said a nurse from the same hospital. "We need you to slow the spread. We just want to slow the death. And now we don't care about the deaths because the deaths are falling off a cliff, by the way, even with the fraudulent numbers. We just want to slow the spread," including numerous nurses, a couple that we actually know, sending in empty, unused, if you will, test kits coming back positive. Is this about a virus or is this about the election? Mail-in ballots. Take care.